Okay. Okay. No, it's pretty good. Alright, that's actually supposed to link in my thingy now. That's a sick BG. Sick background, I know, right? Like a mattress up against the wall. Want to have it. It is quite like high profile of me to have a mattress. God, my eyebrows are so thick. They're just like, it's like a freaking I was gonna say an underline for my glasses, but it was the opposite, isn't it? It's on top of them. But we used to think I shaved my eyebrows, like shaved them into shape, not shaved them down. God, if I shaved them down anymore, there's some people thought I had a unibrow. They were like, "You got a unibrow? You shave it?" I was like, "No, no, I don't have a unibrow." "Yeah, you do." I'm like, "No, I do not have a unibrow." "You must have a unibrow with your eyebrows." Like, I don't know what to tell you. I've never had a unibrow. I'm not going to do anything too fancy today, because we are going to stop streaming for a little bit. You're the only one here to hear this right now, Scott. For anyone who does watch the start of this stream, streaming will have a short break, because I am starting a full-time job soon, so I need to try to figure out where I want to squeeze streaming in. I still want to stream, because obviously it's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy chatting with you guys, helping you guys out, and getting input from you guys. That's one of the best things. You guys usually have some really great input. And that's one big reason why I like streaming, is because, you know, I can be a creative person at times, but sometimes I do get stuck, and I do need ideas. Just having like just some people in the background, like you guys, just being like, "Oh, try this," and it always helps me out. Almost always. Sometimes you guys come out of garbage, and I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" Sadness. Yeah. So we're gonna make a globe. We're gonna put it here. I love seeing all this stuff flying around. It's great. I still think my backpack's one of my best stylized assets I've ever made. I wouldn't say best asset, because I've literally made a tank and textured it, and I think that probably is going to be hard to beat for a while, because as I say before, I don't tend to make unique assets, so I make a lot of like 3-hour assets from start to finish, you know, so nothing usually gets enough detail in it. So my M4A1, my tank and stuff like that is super cool, because they are something I spent like a week doing, so they ended up looking more detailed. This backpack didn't actually take me as long as I thought it would. Probably 8 hours worth of work on that backpack. 8 hours with breaks in between. I think people really misinterpret that kind of information. Like, if you work 3 hours straight, you're going to start slowing down. But so if you work 3 hours, wait a couple of days, work another 3 hours, wait a couple of days, work another 3 hours, that's going to be some really high like proficiency of those 3 hours at a time. You're going to be working at your best. Whereas if you're working 8 hours, you're going to start slowing down after probably the 3-hour mark, I'd say. Some people not by much, but I'd say you probably slow down by about 10% from 3 to 5, and then probably about 30% from 5 to 8. So you get worse and worse as you go along throughout the day. Or should I say, you don't keep up that speed. It's the same with any job, physical work, artwork, whatever, what have you. And you're always going to go slower, right? So when I say like, oh, I spent 12 hours on it, that's 12 hours of good time, you know? That's 12 hours of like high proficiency, high like motivational time. Whereas if I say, oh, I spent a week making this and it looks the same, almost the same quality as like I said it took 12 hours, it's because those extra 28 hours are just low proficiency time. It's a weird concept, but I feel like that's with everybody, right? I'm not the only one who works that way. What was I going to do? Right, we want a globe. Starlight's globe. Let's see what comes up. So I don't mind just seeing that. Okay, so we want a cartography globe. Ah, nice. Minecraft. Wow, lots of Minecraft. Fancy globe table. Oh, yeah. So sound like this. Yes, something exactly like that. I like that a lot. That is alright. Ooh. I like a lot of these. I like that. Fancy globe table. It's like, well, here's a fancy globe and here's a table. So that's what you wanted, right? I'm like, well, I mean, you've got everything I wrote. I always love these. It's got drinks in it. I am. 1 second. My chest is hurting a little bit. Let me. Where's my camera? Gee, I have so much stuff on it. Where is my camera? Not allowed to show the usage of, I guess, drugs on the stream. So I'm gonna quickly hide my camera. Pop a couple of these painkillers. Bob and Bills. I don't know why, but it always sounds worse when people are like, I've been taking pain meds. I'm like, it sounds like there's like a worse issue with them. But am I wrong in saying pain meds are just painkillers? Pain meds versus painkiller. I spelled killers wrong. Yeah, it's just another term for it. So whenever people are like, yeah, I'm on pain meds right now, I'm always like, wow, God, what's wrong? But it's, you know, sometimes it's just like, painkillers. I don't take painkillers very often, so it's very unique for me to even require them. I will literally sit through a migraine and not take painkillers. I'm very used to migraines with how consistent I get them. But yeah, you know what? Let's put our 3D cursor in a good spot and then start doing this, just so. Wow, I'm surprisingly rusty at Blender. It's because we've not been doing Blender stuff, have we, recently? It's all been Maya and all that jargon. You know, we'll get a circle. Get that up. Bring it in. Bring it in, pal. So that is actually the center point. So what I want to do, just to make sure that stays as our center point, let's do that. Delete edge loop. Like this. So the circle looks... Wait, I've moved my 3D cursor now. Wait, why? Oh, I've got it selected over here. I was like, why am I moving the 3D cursor? What's the button? Oh my god, I am forgetting all the buttons. Oh, whoa, I'm so stepping. Whoops. How do I... It's right click, right? Set origin. There you go. Nope. I want origin 3D cursor. No. And then, yeah, sorry. Origin to 3D cursor, and then geometry to origin. There you go, just so it stays in that spot. So instead, I want to add more to this. Let's go ham. Let's go 64. I know it's a little over the top, but we want that crisp quality, you know? That crisp, you know, packet crisp. What's your favorite crisp flavor, Scott? I read that your name as if I was like reading it off by hand. What's your favorite crisp flavor? Scott. Skirt. Now we can smooth it. I want to do that, but then I want to do a second Beverly Weverly on you guys. Like this. There you go. Nice. That looks nice. Cool. That's a good base. A good buttery biscuit base. I do hope that some of these videos, like, because obviously I'm not really teaching anything here, so anything that people want to know, they're just getting from themselves, you know, they're just watching a video and they're like, oh, that's useful, that's useful. And I don't obviously talk about a lot of the stuff I'm doing. Not bevel. No, sorry. Right. Yeah, I'm not obviously talking about exactly what I do, I'm just sort of doing it. So if you don't know what I'm doing, if someone watches it later on, obviously that's not going to be that helpful. But I hope some people can still use what I'm doing here and take away from it, you know. When you're doing stuff like this, literally all it is grabbing it over and over again and just constantly adding edge loops, pulling it out. I don't really need concept for this because I've done it so many times, but concepts, or should I say reference is always useful. No matter how experienced or how many times you've done something, you can never have concept as a bad thing, you know. Good. I think this song is called She Came From Outer Space. Nope, this is Rocket. I totally thought this was the song from Hat in Time. Hold on a minute, 0 viewers. Where you guys going? We'll just get started. To the leg actually comes straight, and then it goes through a cylinder here, so it keeps going, and then it comes to a bulbous bit. You know what? It comes more like this. Okay. And then it comes to a very small bit. Let's see if we just scale that down instead. And then it comes into the wheels, which we do separately. Wow, I made that way too big at the bottom. It does get thicker here, but I don't think it's as thick as I'm making it out to be. It's a little tall as... Honestly, actually, no, I don't think it is a little tall. If it is, I think it just needs this part slightly brought up. still think it's too big for a second. Like, this is clearly Crash Bandicoot. Minus to it. Okay, it's not doing what I want it to do. So what I gotta do here is like set origin to 3D cursor, and then I literally just gotta rotate it. I could actually array it with a modifier, which I probably might do, and it will look something like this, right? And then there's one in the middle, believe it or not. I've also got one of these that come around here. Wait, so how do these? Oh, right. So these are more like this. Right, I see. Okay. Right, let's select you and you. Invert. There you go. Control I. I had a feeling it might be. Select all of them. Bridge. There you go. And then this is like a measuring thing, usually. There's like... Let's do... Let's scale this out. So here, extrude it in. Here, extrude this in. Here. What I want to do is do this, this... this. God, I have to draw a map on a globe? That's going to be annoying to texture. God freaking damn it. Then I want these parts to come out like that. Cool. I think it's still a bit too thick. Let's make it nice and thin. Like that. Just like that. Just like that. Oh my lord, what did I do? I somehow missed a piece. Okay. Much impressive in all the wrong ways. So let's do something like this. Let's do a better lens. Let's do a mirror. On that. Click apply. And we have it combined again. Should be anyway. Yep, cool. Sweet. I kind of want these parts to come in a little bit closer together. Better. And then I actually can get rid of these because I don't need them. And then I'm going to bevel all the... Actually, you know what? I can set a bevel on this. We want to set it to angle. Oh my god, why is this like value so... I can't even tell if it's beveling. It is, it's just for some reason really, really like... You know what, we're doing a manual bevel. Oh, you know what? There's an edge here. Wait, why is there an edge here? We'll get rid of it. I'm gonna manually bevel it. Like this. Oh! Right. Right. Full transformations. There you go. Now you should be working fine. Again, angle. There you go. I have much more control now. We only need one. Cool. I still want it a bit thinner. Oh. Oh. Set origin to 3D cursor. There you go. That will keep it all around. Oh, it's on that cool. You ever have shapes like that, right? Where it's like... kind of looks like Saturn, doesn't it? And then you got like them rotating around in like random speeds, and then you got like, and it always looks really cool. Like if I, oh bucket, how do I animate in Blender again? No. Oh, I could do it over here. I don't see anything being added. Oh, there you go. And if oh, see, so it doesn't increase thingy, but like, you know what I mean? And then you got like some of these going in different direction, like different speeds. I don't know why I'm so invested in this right now, but I'm just gonna do that randomly. Oh, that one doesn't work very well at all. It's like a hula hoop, like when it runs out of momentum. Anyways, modeling. Okay. Honestly, I think this should have a an inset as well. Now that I look at it, can I get this to have an inset? I probably the easiest way would be this, or probably this to keep an equal distance. So 3. 5. Then we get rid of all the center ones. Great little bevel for the boys. These guys. That. Do I need to create a bevel on the inside too? There's a lot of geometry right now. Like this is far higher poly than it should be, but that's fine. As I've said before, we're here for fun. So, how do I array this? Like, the way I want it to, anyway. I know that there is a way. Let's see. I think you have to create a center point, don't you? I can't bother doing that. You have to create a empty, like I've done with my chains and stuff over here. Oh, which one is it? Is it not that one? Nope, it's that one. Because what they... Oh, no, not the chain, sorry, the rope. What a rope does is it works around... You can see the empty, works around the center point. Like... Damn, that looks cool. I can't select the... Did I get it? Ah, nice. And what it's doing is it's got 4 cylinders, but it's got 1 cylinder that's arrayed around itself, and then that twists around itself using a screw modifier. You can actually see if I select the geometry, right? There you go. Array, screw, another array to make it keep going, and then a curve. Oh, curve, obviously, so you can... It's attached to the curve. What's the curve for? Okay, this music is not to my liking. So let me select some of the new songs, man. Contemporary music. Animal Crossing. Hell yeah. Okay. Pretty simple shape, I think. We need it low poly though. Uh oh. Blender. We're saving you. We need it relatively low poly. So what we got? 36. We need 16 maybe. I've always said before, a good workflow, well, not necessarily a workflow, but a good way to think about your work is you got to think like in the future of how you want to make it. So sometimes you'll see me and I'd be like, oh, you know, we're making, so you can always do wires and everything on curves, but I like doing wires, especially when I'm only doing simple, like very quick wires just with a cube. And I'm like, okay, so I want to do something like this. Yeah, it's good. Then I want it to come around here. You can actually control right click and just go, yeah, they don't want the wide curve there. I don't want it to come over here. Oh wow, that did not work there. It's twisting it so much. You see that? What have you? And obviously you're like, oh, that looks trash. That's not a wire. But it's because I'm thinking with the like intention of putting a subdivider on it. Get what I mean? And now look, it kind of looks like a wire. Very thick wire. I should have done that. I selected everything somehow and clicked edit mode. Select it all, shrink it down, make it a thinner wire. But you know what I mean? Like, you got to think ahead. Sometimes what you're modeling won't look anything like what you make, but you know you're about to apply some modifiers like to it to change it into that thing. I think the reason I'm like that is because in Maya, when you made a decision, it was like set, or you could undo it. There's no modifier shelf in Maya, so you have to. Why am I? Okay. So yeah, it was just like, oh, if you've done something, that's it, you've done it kind of attitude, right? And because I have that sort of work, like that attitude towards it, I think about the end result more often. What if I did this. Oh. But I put... What have I done? Somehow... How did I do that? There's a shortcut for that button. Yeah, that's usually how I look at it. And I feel like that's a good way to look at it. You know what, we don't need to use the way I've done them. They can come back up here. There you go. These guys can separate a little bit, come inwards. Probably to about there. We'll get another edge loop in here. So here's a good example. This looks like garbage. I obviously want it to be smoother than this. I will already do... You can use a solidify modifier for that if you really wanted to. A lot of this is preference. 3D modeling is 100% preference. Mostly. If you can make your shape and you do it in a completely unique way that no one else would have thought of, that's fine. It doesn't matter. If you've made your shape, you've made your shape. It really doesn't matter as long as you get the end result in a decent time. So this is exactly what I want to learn. See that? And I can even do it one more time. Get even smoother. I still think I want these parts to be a bit sharper, which means I think I want another one in between here. So I want these guys to come in more like that, make it more spherical. Spherical? I guess that's what I'm looking for. I'll come in there, you go, that's more what I'm looking for. One big problem here, though, is I want these edges to be, you know, thick, right? So let's only smooth it once. So what I wonder if this will work. If I do a bevel, and then we do it on a angle. No, that's not done what I thought I was going to do at all. Right, instead, just like the bevels that I made. Again, this is going to end up being quite high poly, which I can fix later. Sometimes just getting the shape's the main thing and fixing it later is always an option. Just make sure it's all done. So if I do a bevel like that and then bevel it, not bevel it, and then subdivide it now, those corners should be much sharper than they were. Nice. Cool. This was quite low down. This was... Oh, this was... Wait, what the hell? There's a... Oh, whoa, the plane's already over there. That was a weird sort of depth perception thing there. Another circle. This one can actually still be 64. That's not 64. There you go. This one's very close to the bottom. This one's... Honestly... Like this... if I do this, actually, and then we... Wait. Right, right-click as we set origin and say... That one? Nope. There you go. That'll go into the middle. So I don't want to squish this to do something like this, right? I think what I want to do is just start it at a different point. So probably, or end it at a different point. So probably end it like here. We squish, so we can squish it a little bit, or possibly. Can you? That button. So like this. Yeah, that's probably fine. And if I do this, I'll just delete up to that point. So honestly, the way that this looks to me is, let me just get rid of this in general, because what it looks like is it just comes to a flat, just as this, so it reaches the point I'm looking for, which isn't actually the bottom where this is. So I should be focusing more about here, like that. Did I add that circle? I remember once I was making something like this, and I made like essentially circles, right? And was it my brother? Someone could be a cheater. They're like, "Who cheated?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "Well, it's not. It's just circles. Like, it's not anything impressive." I was like, "Oh." And I mean, you can get away with a lot more with circles. I won't dispute that. But yeah, you know what I should have done with this? Freaking boom. Yeah, if I did that... Well, actually, no. With the subdivide, it won't make a difference. We're still going to put bevel on these anyway. There you go. This is a small one. Bevels are nice. So yeah, that has to go... Yeah, about there. Which means this definitely has to be higher. I still don't know where this goes. I don't know if this, like... Like, am I blind? Let me look at that. I hate it when I click on an image and it's like, Pinterest. I'm like, no. I want the image to be full screen. I can't full screen the image. Okay, nice. I don't know what I'm looking at then. Like, I do that, goes to Pinterest. I do this. Oh, it did work, guys. What is happening here? Is that just not touching it? Because this is actually not holding up anything. This is simply for decor, and it's just slightly shy of touching that, so that way that can still spin. Is that what's going on? Well, no, because that goes through it. It looks like it's behind it. Does this not move at all, or you just move the globe? Globes don't move that way, right? Globes just only go this way. Right? I'm being an idiot? I wouldn't be surprised if I was being an idiot, because that's very, very me, but... So I assume here you get a small pin. So rigid body, it never moves. What? The globe? The globe never moves? I know you're on like a low latency, but not ultra low, so you'll be about 5-10 seconds behind. So are you serious? The globe never moves? Or are you talking about the other bits? I should be looking here. Wait, let me keep the reference up on my other monitor. Itch. Globe moves, but the frame doesn't. At least I think. I think you're right. I think you're right. That's good. So is that? I feel like that means we're gonna have to pierce this, right? With a separate mesh, probably. Yeah. Because there's probably like a metal pole in it. I mean, honestly, I don't think anyone's gonna notice anyway, so maybe I'll leave it like that. I'll notice. I watch you model it. And then we're actually gonna do a duplicate of this. We're gonna leave that. Leave that. I actually do think that's one of my biggest problems when I make something, because sometimes I'm a little too worried about something not working, and then like I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's just a lot of time it doesn't matter. No one's ever gonna look at it. No one's ever going to notice. It does not matter. Let's delete the faces underneath. What if I selected this and then deleted faces? Nope. Delete. What if I delete verts? There you go, that works. That way we don't have a bottom to deal with. So this one definitely has to go through this, from what I can see. Like there's no going about not penetrating this. So I can either do that, or I can thicken this out. Obviously, very thick, or make this thinner. I think having it penetrate is fine. I don't mind that. Or do I? I'm like in between whether or not I think that's a bad idea. I mean, again, I can make it thinner. You know, having it thinner and only penetrating sort of that part, I don't mind. But I want to keep these parts. So that looks kind of cool. Oh, gorgeous. That looks kind of cool, but I don't want it to actually come over the top of these parts. Or if I did, I'd want it to do the opposite and just go over it completely, you know what I mean? So I think that's fine. Steve's talking to himself again. Well, so how's the game, moderate? A very quiet chat today. I'm glad you showed up, but you're probably not here for very long. Knowing you. No. We're just roughly guessing this shape. So that. And eventually just gets to a ball at the top. It sort of keeps doing this. But I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm going to settle into a ball like here. Itchy head. Those painkillers are kicking in. I don't feel like any pain in my chest at the moment. I'm not going to take them. I only took them like 45 minutes ago. Wait, no. Only about 20 minutes ago. Maybe I'm not kicking in. Maybe it's just placebo. That looks so ugly to me. Oh my god. That's horrible. I don't like that at all. Let's redo it. Let's just do this, center this part coming out, this part being beveled in, this part being beveled out, then possibly just into the ball from here. Yeah, I like that a lot better than what we were going for. What a weird thing to have on this boat, but I like it. Like I said, this boat is supposed to have like my idea of this boat is it's supposed to have like the most random stuff on it that she's collected through her like little adventures. So I'm gonna redo this part, but it's gonna look similar. So this is pretty much perfect to what I'm going for. Just random stuff on the boat and having like a random globe in there. I think is pretty spot on what I want. I still think one of my favorite things that anyone has ever commented was something from Moderate when I was doing stuff in Maya, and he was like, I never knew there were so many different ways to select a mesh, because I have a habit of just pushing different pushing different buttons just to select the mesh, right? And do you want like another bubble on top? They sometimes have that. So like in Maya, like, I'll get it up and give an example. And I swap between different selection tools all the time. Hey Steve, it's been a while since I've been back in play. How did you extrude the cube's face to make a curved cylinder again? That's if you remember. I'll show you in just a second. I just wanted to quickly give an example of this. So this is the easiest example I can think of. Actually, we've got a circle. There you go. What the? What is it? What the? That's not a normal circle. Okay, we will use that. So, like, for example... Oh, pushing the wrong buttons because I'm just using Blender. Honestly, I will respect someone loads if they could jump between software. I'm getting better at it, but Jesus. So, like, if I was to set the centerpiece, I could hold tab, go into face mode, hold tab, be like that, and like extrude up. Right? Or I could set the middle. Grow selection, grow, or select the middle and, sorry, convert it to face. Do it that way, right? Or I could just do the drag select tool. And I always jump between all these different tools to select things. Or if I was on like an edge loop, I could, you know, do the same sort of thing. Double select the edge loop, and it will select the whole thing. I can select this edge, convert that to face, and it will select both, but then deselect one. Like, there's so many different ways to select things. Okay. Been a while since I've been back on Blender. How did you extrude the cube's face to make a curved cylinder again? So do you mean like doing... I'll show the example thing. Like I said, the stream's always a little bit behind. So do you mean this? Like if I were to select this face here and then do that. So I'll tell you how to do that, but I just want to make sure that's what you want me to tell you. Otherwise, there's no point telling you, right? Oh, no, I've left a circle down there. Okay, so that's pretty good. Do I want to do the same thing down here that I did up there? Nah, we'll just have it floating. It's fine. Wheels. Do I want wheels? I feel like wheels is a bad idea because it's obviously on a boat that's going to be moving a lot. So I want something that keeps it stationary. So it's sort of just big feet, right? Big rubber feet. Do. It's a nice little song. I think we just want something like this, right? It's like a... something like that, right? I've kept it as a separate mesh. I feel like I could have just done that as the same mesh, right? But that was silly of me. Yeah, pretty much just like that. Just like that. Now you're extruding the face and then making a bent cylinder. It's hard to explain. Extruding the face and then making a bent cylinder. In the face. Making a bent cylinder. Bigger. We want this to be bigger. We want it to be clear that this is keeping it on the ground, right? Yeah, I think that's better. Where's my degree? Oh, up there. So I'm going 90. There you go. And then 180. Oh, I did it. Nice. Like a pipe. Oh! So, wait. So there's two... Wait. Wait. So... either you mean like this... and then converting it to a... or say converting, add modified and subdividing it. Then right click and smoothing it, and you get like a, obviously a cable-y shape. Or you mean a bend deformer. Again, I like working with thingies. Or you mean a curve. There's so many different ways to do this. I actually can't remember how to use bend deformers in Blender. Bend. I don't get it. How does bend deformer work? No. You could also do a curve though, so curve. Face it the wrong way, of course it is. Like that, and you follow the curve. And then you can obviously, so if you... That was my phone. Why did that vibrate so hard? Oh, it died. So if you mean this one, and then you'd obviously subdivide it. Subdivide first or after? After. Smooth it. And then you'd set up like an array. Array. Not first. Wait, the array's fine. Fit to curve. There you go. Select the... Oh. Ew. Well, you don't have to fit to curve. You could always... Object? No. Constant? 0. 0. Wait, which one is it? -1? I'm definitely forgetting something here. Because you can array it along the curve. Because obviously if you move the curve along, if I were to... So select the curve, right click, set handle to automatic. There you go. I should be able to then, you know, start bending it. But without an array... Is it because the array's got to go before the curve? Maybe. Aha, it is, it is. I've not got the numbers exact. Which you probably would want to get them exact. Whatever can fit to curve now. Fit to curve. There you go. That's not quite fit to curve. That's going freaking miles away. What the heck? I don't think Blender knows what fit to curve means. Oh. That's a bit what. My fit to curve never works, and I'm clearly doing something wrong. But I had the same problem with my rope. I mean, that's why I usually just don't do fit to curve, and I do fit length, and I just change it so it fits perfectly. So, boop. And then when I start like moving this around, and come back into here, and I keep adding an array, and it means I can drag these out at any time, and the curve will follow. Again, just keep increasing this till it fits. Yeah. I hope that explained a bit. So originally set it up is you get your shape, you put a curve modifier in, you select it using this, so you can click that and select what you want. Obviously, you get your curve in. Set an array up before your curve. So when you want like before and after, you can just drag it through like this. And then I'm subdividing it last to give it some smooth, because if it's not subdivided, you'll get a cube. That surprisingly looks smooth with some smoothness on it. Yeah. Honestly, that's probably about it for my globe, right? I think that's everything I need for the globe. I feel like this could be lifted a tad. Oh, I need a little bit though. There's not a lot of room to. There's not a lot of wiggle room, because then I just want this part to come down like that. And let's get a bit more ham on our poly count. Sheesh. Hey, Wim, how's it going? All right, let's save. File X. No. Let's convert to mesh, which will apply all our modifiers. So this is probably going to be way too high poly. Wow, it's not as high as I thought it would be. I'm low-key surprised. I need low-key surprised though. File export FBEX. Let's call it globe. I like how I want to get this scene done, and I'm just making more models now. It's like, yeah, good job, Steve. That's what we want. More models. To be fair, most of you guys, I think, do prefer watching modeling, so that's not even that much of a lie. I have no idea how I'm going to texture this, though, because I need to paint. I need to paint a globe. That's going to be something else. That's going to be rough. Oh, export the entire scene. Why is Blender not default its selected object? Favorites are finished. Come on, Blender. I didn't mean to export everything. You know this. Just freaking delete the file. Yeah, man. I did save it at least. Animal Crossing music is just so chill. Let's start shuffling again. So, are you okay, Blender? Are you alright, dude? I think you should take. I know I've explored everything, but you don't need to take this long. I want to know what Wimbra said sheesh to. I'm curious now. I might actually just close Blender. I'm too impatient. I just saved it so I could just re-export it. Here we go. Oh. Are you Mark Seams or Smart UV Project kind of guy? I make my own. Well, Mark Seams, I guess. I'll show you. I'll show you in a second if you want. I do it. I wouldn't say a very unique way. I do it my way, I guess. Is it? Why is it? Okay. Tell a few. Cool. Are we getting? Yeah, I think I fixed it. Nice. Oh. Oh, I don't think I like that though. Where it like collides with it. I kind of maybe. I UV a lot on stream because UV takes time. I always find that really sad when people show time lapses. They don't show the UVing part a lot of the time. At least I feel like they don't. In fact, sometimes they don't even show the texturing part. I'm like, man, that's like the most interesting part. Right? Is that just me? I feel like the texturing and stuff, like the modeling it's just modeling, right? I don't know. Maybe we gotta leave it like that. But I just find the texturing the most interesting part. And they never seem to show it. That and UV mapping. I don't find UV mapping necessarily interesting, but it's nice to know how other people do it. And you can try to improve the way you do UV mapping. Whereas modeling is just a time-based thing, at least to me. Like, you just get better the longer you do it. And makes me want to off my... Yeah. I mean, I can somewhat agree. Here you go, I'll show you how I UV map. To be fair, all of this stuff's going to be very easy to UV map. So this isn't actually going to be the best example. I'm not going to texture it now anyway, because I don't want to texture a freaking globe. It's probably something I'll do off stream. UV mapping is great. Why do you lie? I hate when people are like, it's therapeutic. I'm like, what? Because you sit there doing nothing the entire time. Where are we in the map? Oh my god, where are we on the map? Right, globe. Go more over there. Oh, it was freaking huge. Why's my F key not working? Oh. There you go. Is that the center? That's the center. We'll scale it down a little bit. Okay. We'll mesh combine. Then we'll scale it down a little bit. Make it actually workable in here. It's therapeutic every freaking time. Like, that's a terrible excuse in my opinion to call it something that you enjoy. Because people are like, oh, you know, I put anime on in the background. I'm like, well, that's not fun then, is it? It's not like something you enjoy doing, because you're having to put something in the background to enjoy, because you enjoy UV mapping that little. I mean, there probably are people out there who actually legitimately do enjoy UV mapping. I just feel like a lot of people who say it to me lie. Like, if I enjoyed a video game, I wouldn't put a movie on beside it, right, while playing. This should already have a... Yeah, I think that's exactly what I want from that UV map anyway. Yeah? Yeah, I think so. Because obviously I could do this and get that. Which is going to be better on the actual... having it not as warped. But we lose space on the actual UV map. See that? So I'm like... torn between... I mean, it's not even that good. Like, what does it look when it's like this? And then it gets tighter at the top. I think I will go with this, because when I actually do see globe textures in real life, they are kind of this shape. Like... globe texture. It's not giving me the kind of results I want. Oh, here you go. So you see like this. So it's kind of the result I'm looking for. This is like an example of it being sort of stretched, or that's why the reason maps come out weird, because like America's not as big as perceived on a lot of maps. Like real size map, the true size. That's a website just called the true size. No, I just want a map that shows sort of the true sizes. So there you go. See this? I don't know how accurate this is, but like certain places are actually far smaller than they appear because of the way that we have our maps actually like unwrapped onto a globe, or onto actually no, the globe's a better example, sorry, onto like paper when we have it like as this, like a square size. So yeah. Every time I texture my gun, I just smart UV project the mesh. And you don't get, do you ever put it in? I never understand this. Do you ever put it in like real-time engines? Because your light maps would be awful. Some people have said this. Admittedly, people I know who work in the industry said they manually unwrap it. But I've known a lot of people who do guns and like, oh yeah, I just smart unwrap. But you'd get so many islands, get so many UV islands it just seems like that's gonna, if you're using it for real-time engines, it's just gonna cause so many light maps, meaning you need like a 2 to 4K light map on it for the shadows not to mess up. Then again, I guess if you're using it in a character's hands, you'll have it real time, so the light maps won't make a difference. It's only when they're stationary on like shelves and stuff. So also in Substance, you just get so many like blur issues because blur doesn't blur across islands, as issues with it. I don't know. I always do it manually because I always come across so many issues when I do automatic mapping or smart UV mapping. I've never got how people are so fortunate with doing automatic mapping and they seem to come out with good results. That's a long boy. People all over the place trying to create the best map. In other countries, they have like the center point of their maps, their country. I should probably learn how to unwrap mesh manually, to be honest. I'm just lazy. Oh, okay. I actually thought you were like, nah, because of this, and he was going to come out with like a really good reason to why the smart UV mapping works, but okay. I respect the honesty. The only gun I've ever made, I've made 2 guns actually. So one, I'll show you the worst one first. So one was made for a scene. Oh, 3 guns. One was made for a scene. So it was a very quick whip together kind of gun. And if you actually, it's actually got a different texture on it now than it used to. But if you actually look at the scene. There it is. But like, I'm not going to spend a week making this gun, am I? Because it's like a random asset in a scene. And again, that's what I was talking about, light maps. Then I made this gun, which was more when I first introduced myself to texturing guns. So it's not as good. I still think it looks alright, but I could have definitely put more detail in the grip. Actually had a proper grip and not just rubber over the whole thing. I think the model was pretty good though. It's quite low poly, right? Yeah, relatively low poly. And then my best gun I've made, which is actually one I put effort into. And I think this guy turned out pretty cool. And I actually put detail into like the grip and stuff, you know. I hate the Mumset view because you always get like 1K or something. You don't get as high resolution. You can tell when you zoom in. But it still looks good from like this sort of distance. But yeah, like, I actually put freaking detail into the grips. Oh, that moves the lighting. They look so drippy, yo. So drippy? 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 I don't think I've heard the term drippy before. Does drippy mean good? Bad? Filled with water? Because drippy? And then my tank, but that's a whole different story. That was a whole different texturing technique and methodology to texturing the tank over texturing the guns. I might do a high poly someday. Nice. I model guns for games, so I gotta make my models below 10k tries. To be fair, 10k is still quite generous. My F4A1, what was it? Do I have it available at the moment? Oh, I don't think I have it on this hard drive at the moment. I don't know how much that got above, but I don't think that was much above 10k. When I was in university, I wish I could show you this. Oh, actually, no, I can. I can. Where did I put it? Steve's Progress, maybe? It might be in my Discord. Ah, it is. So, let's open the images on the browser. So, this was a fantastic scene. This was made in Unreal Engine 3 when I was in university. So, we were told... I picked a smaller vehicle. We were told we were allowed... I want to say 5,000. 10,000 sounds like a lot. 1,000 tries? Wait. 500 tries. I want to say we was allowed 1,000 tries. And then 1,000 for the scene. So 2,000 total. No one had a good... Some people had actually alright looking models. But it was so hard to have a good looking model. Because we've been put under such a huge limitation. I feel like that just describes my course. We were put under so many limitations when making things, and I don't know why, because you don't need to be that limited, especially in Unreal Engine 4. And it was like a 512 texture, 1K texture, and admittedly, I picked a small vehicle, but some people picked like an entire digger, and they had the same, you know, only 1K tries. I was like... It was nuts. It's the fact that we had to get our own textures too. And Substance didn't exist at the time. We were just doing it in Photoshop. So we had to take a picture of our textures that we wanted. I got another picture here. And then slap them onto the object because our teacher told us we were not allowed to use textures from sources online. We had to take our own photos. And we had to have it as 1K tries. It was garbage. Look how low poly that is. Look. It's like I made a PS1 game thing. Look. What's that? That actually looks smooth. That probably took up most of the poly count, just the handbrake. Oh, it's so funny. That's so sick, honestly. Oh, it's so freaking... Look at it. It's just normals. Oh, so is that? That's just a freaking cut out in the texture to look like there's a gap there. That's so funny. What the hell? There's like a white seam here, though. Oh, no, it's not a white seam. I think that's the normals. The light hitting the normals weird. I couldn't do that. Dude, it was insane. You have no idea how difficult it was. It was funny. But, yeah, it was hard. I will never want to redo that course. Or at least that part of the course. Our teacher apologized afterwards. He was like, yeah, I did put you guys under a bit of a limitation with that. I shouldn't have done it so hard. And too right. That was difficult. One of the first things we were told on our course was like... Oh, especially... No, sorry. When UE5 came out, we were literally told by like one of our teachers, the limitation of poly count is so much lower. You could get away with so much more now. You can have high poly stuff. And then one of our courses being literally... You're not allowed to use any poly count, was just like, It was such a... I don't know. It was like one teacher saying one thing and one teacher putting us under all these limitations. I honestly don't think any of the seeds I've made have run slow because of poly count. It's usually the density of just assets because of draw calls and... probably texture resolution. Having everything at like 4K textures can definitely be a bit of a burden. That's still very high poly, but we're doing it for fun. Can't have fun if you keep yourself under a huge poly count. How much am I at? 42,000. Jesus Christ. It's because there's so many spheres. It's like, whenever it comes to like things being spherical and the cylinders, you always end up having so many tries. But we don't care. We're just having fun. We just want to get her done. I'm kind of newbie at modeling. I started last summer for a hobby. I bet your stuff looks great. You want to show us anything in Discord? I will review your stuff, even though it's probably better than mine. The amount of people who are like, yeah, my stuff's not very good. Oh, you've actually joined the Discord already. Yeah, my stuff's not very good. Can you have a look at it, Steve? And I look at it. I'm like, oh, you're better than me. Like, what do you mean you want my opinion? I'll post some stuff. Nice. Post it in... I guess if they're finished pieces, post it in finished pieces. I should probably make a... I've got so many channels already. But I should probably make like a one that's like... That's got... Oh, shotgun. Now, I already have some critique. But I won't say it yet. Unless you want me to tell you the critique. And I can give you a really good example of why I will say this critique as well. Do I want to get rid of the bottom face? See, when it comes to like saving poly count, you can always get rid of like these faces that you'll never actually see. Yeah, it's fine. And the reason I also like getting rid of these faces because then when I go to UV map it and I say it's like an edge loop, I would love to hear. So the very first thing that strikes me with those models isn't the modeling itself or the texturing. It's the lighting, freaking, and the presentation. Honestly, when it comes to 3D work, I feel like 80% of the whole thing is just how well you present it. Probably 90%. I'll blow 5k tries. Yeah, I mean, the poly count looks very good. I actually made a shotgun like that a very long time ago, but I never finished it. I've probably modeled it. I probably finished the modeling. Yeah, lighting. And I want to show you... I've used this person's portfolio so much to show someone who's a very good artist. I think he's a very good artist. He has great imagination, which is a big part about being an artist. But my biggest issue with his work is, one, he doesn't know what to take a picture of. He's like he doesn't know what he wants to show off in his scene. And two, he doesn't know how to do lighting and composition. Oh, is that why? Right. If you're only doing 5k though, you should like you should try to render it in like a games engine, because that really shows it off. Like with like hey gosh, wait, one. This is quite a low poly scene considering, and like look how able I was at presenting it. You know, I learned how to do a certain post-processing effect to make it more cartoony. I animated it, of course. And, you know, I've got all this dynamic shadow moving and everything. And it shows off not only that I can make these models, but it shows off... Here we go again. It shows off that, like, I can get it in the Unreal Engine and work it at 60 frames per second because I've optimized it, right? Anyways, let's show off this guy's stuff. My chat has seen me show off this guy's stuff a lot. So this is probably his best rendered thing, right? Because the lighting's clean, he's got nice direction, and he's got nice focus, right? He's focusing here. I can see detail in the barrel, which is cool, to show that it's got the... What's that called? Threading? Where the bullet twists as it comes out. Why does it do that? Is it because it's got a better impact if it's spinning in the air? I actually have no idea. And he's even done this, which is cool, because it shows off that he's modeled more of it, and it's possibly animated. I don't think he should have included... Scroll down, please. I don't think he should have included the marmoset, because the marmoset just doesn't look as good here at all, in my opinion. It's got this weird, very slightly green tinted background, or brown tinted background. Other than that, this is his best piece. Rifling, right. Stabilizes the ability of light. It doesn't really. That's cool. I probably did know that at some point. Now, let's look at some of the examples to why. Like this, again, another example that's good. Decent lighting. I don't like this lighting myself. I don't like creating a background silhouette and stuff. People love that, though. People love this, like, highlight you get from lighting from the back. I'm not a fan, but, you know, like I said, people love it. What music am I playing now? Am I still in the same playlist? Oh, this is Animal Crossing, right. Wait, I'm still... Wait, why is every song I'm getting through all Animal Crossing? Hold on a minute. I'm on shuffle, right? Shuffle. Dude, every time I skip, it's going through an Animal Crossing song, and I don't mind, but I wanted to change it up a little bit. All right, so now let's look at some of the poorly lit and poorly composition ones. So this one's okay. One thing I don't like about this, what's with the background, man? He's got a cloud texture or a default noise texture. I don't really get it. I hate this kind of background. In fact, I prefer this without this even having texturing, because I hate this kind of background. That's always nice. And he's got thingy. Wow, how high poly is this? This has to be really high poly, high texture resolution. See, I've liked it. I'm a good friend. Now, let's look at some of the ones that I don't agree with. So, I don't get the lighting here. This looks way too shiny. It doesn't look metallic, right? And I don't get where the lighting is coming from. We're not getting any ambient occlusion, really. And this is the one that bothered me the most. Where's the lighting coming from? One, and why does the dust shine much, much heavier than the gun? The light seems like it's coming from us, right? Sort of coming from over here, shining in. But it doesn't make sense to how the lighting's working. We've got no ambient occlusion. Look at these spots like here. And there's no casting of shadows. If we had a light here, unless it was literally directly on our faces, you get some casting of shadow in these gaps. Because dust might actually shine more than some darker metals. But the problem is it's usually coated in shadow because dust builds up in cavity areas. So you can't usually see the dust too much because it's in the cavity or whatever you're shining the light on, right? But it's a very good model. They're very good models. That was a bit weird. I don't know what that's supposed to be. But they're very good models. He's good at modeling, and the texture is fine. This scene, the grass is black. The water looks like it's made of clay. The post-processing clearly isn't working. I don't know why the grass is black. I don't know how he managed that. He's taking I always talk about this. He's taking a picture of the chain. Chains aren't hard to make. No one wants to see a close-up of a chain. You know what I'm saying? And what upsets me is this axe is really nice. Why? Look, it takes up what? 80 pixels here? And then maybe 250 pixels here? Freaking 20 pixels again? You barely see the axe. These, look how detailed they are. And the axe. Look how nice the axe is. Why are you not showing off the axe? This one I don't really get what was going on. He's got like a fog down here, which is cool. Lily pads, which is cool. But where's the AO? Why do these walls look like they've got one single type of lighting on it? Like there's like shadows coming along here from obviously these, but other than that, look how weird they sort of look. It's like there's just no AO on any of these scenes. AO is ambient occlusion. If I haven't made that clear, I probably have. And then the last one. If you're making a throne room, man, put a light out here so you get like a light coming through and then it comes down onto the stairs, causing this really lovely like effect. So you can even put a god ray so you can see like dust and stuff. Oh, that looks so nice. I know this scene isn't finished and they probably will never be finished, but man, throw a light. Also scale this up a bit more. These are huge. Or scale it down, should I say, a bit more. It's such a shame. But anyways, he's got good stuff. He's a good 3D modeler and a texturer. He just needs to work a bit more on his lighting and his composition and his focus in his scenes. If I was... Wait, I might make a gun rack. Problem is I don't know how to use any game engine other than Roblox Studio, which slightly has its limitations. Wait, just curious. If I were to make a chain in Blender, should I make one link, then just array it on a code? Yeah, if you actually... I actually have a tutorial. If you go click on the channel as a whole and go back... a month or so. I have a tutorial on how to make one. If we're going to Blender, I'll show you. Look. Over here. We've got chain. Wrong one. If you select the end point, here you go. See that? So it does all the chain. The only problem is the chain bends, which chains, the links technically shouldn't bend, but no one's going to know. So you probably won't bend it this much anyway. When you have a chain, you'll hang it off of walls and stuff. Like if you look in my scene, you don't really focus on the fact that they've been bent. You know what I'm saying? Got one light in here. Let me get better lighting. one in here. That one. That one. Wow, no, not that one. Jesus, that one's definitely better. Wait, what happened to that one? That one used to look better. This one's so bright now. Did I add another light in by accident? We'll go to that one, I guess. Yeah, so you won't ever really notice that bending. I get very, I wouldn't say over the top. I like the idea. Well, one, I try to help you guys out anyway, but two, just getting you guys to make better assets. Oh, I've turned this on. I wonder what's going on. Yeah. And just presenting it better. It all comes down to how well you present your stuff in the end of the day. If you make something that's gorgeous, but you present it very poorly, you're going to get nothing but bad comments about it. That's just how it goes. I don't know. I guess in a weird way, it's like taking pride in your work. You want to show off your work. So a big part of it's how well you can show off your work, you know? You know, when you came into chat and you were like, are you this kind of guy? Like an automatic cover rap guy? Or you Mark Seams kind of guy? I thought you was going to be like, turn your nose up. Like, oh, he doesn't... I do UV map my stuff, but I thought you was going to be like, oh, he probably smart UV maps. How do you do that camera thingy where you can move around like you would in Spectator? In Blender, if you push Shift F, you can fly. And if you push Tab while in this mode, you actually... What the... Oh, it did work. You'll turn on gravity. So, come over here. This should drop me. Well, I did do that. There you go. Oh, I missed it. Are you serious? There you go. I'm a little bit short in this scene. But... oh. So, yeah, the hitboxes aren't brilliant, but... Hey! I am so sure. I'm like a child. It does look cool walking around this. Can I get up this ladder if I, like, clip my body into it? Oh! Oh, I can jump? Wait, does it dash me to an area? Oh, it does! Oh. That's cool. Whee! So I can, like, boop. Oh! I'm going to do some ski work. Oh, school work. Hey. This is how I decide to waste bank holiday money. Hey, man. It's a holiday, right? Hey again, mate. Hey, Arthur. How's it going? I remember you to an extent, Arthur, but at the same time, it's been a while, right? Or am I just, like, being stupid? Have a good one. Have a good one, man. I hope I could help. So, I'll be waiting on your donation. Or generous donation. Oh, God, it's running slow. Wait. Edit. Delete all by type. History. That's a bit better. 4 days, I'd say. Oh. So he was here last stream. I've only seen you once then. I remember an Arthur, because that was a great name. I do have terrible memory, though. I have been busy lately. I did stream Saturday. Very bad of me, but my chest was hurting. And I was drowsy from my pain meds. My pain medication. Back in my day, we just sucked it up. Mate, I wish I was called Arthur. You know what my last name is? My name's Stephen Christopher. I have 2 first names. Steve is a good name. So is Christopher. But people rarely call me the correct name because they think my name's Christopher all the time. I literally went to the doctors and he couldn't stop calling me Chris, and I was just like, it's Stephen. Look how slow this is running. Zooming out makes it run faster. I know this feeling. Oh yeah, I guess Arthur Nicholas is 2 first names as well, isn't it? I didn't really think about that because Arthur on its own is such a strong name. It's sort of just I didn't even think about the Nicholas. Oh, I forgot to select an edge. Whoops. I can still do it here. It's fine. Cut. There's some last names that can work as first names, like one side of my family comes under, or a part of my family, I should say, not my immediate family, is Lewis. The last name's Lewis, and it's like, oh, well, that works really well because Lewis is like could be a first or last name. When people hear Lewis, some people think of John Lewis, which is a store, which is the last name. So that one works both ways, but you don't meet a lot of people with the surname Christopher. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like this that makes time go slow, like the UV maps is running slow and stuff. So my biggest fear when I work for a company is that these kind of like I can't go much faster than this. I'm going the speed I can go, that the software's allowing me to go. Right? It won't even let me 2 shell. There you go. I'm always afraid they'll be like, "Why did it take you so long?" I'm like, well, the software has like speed limitations, you know. And I always feel like I'm going to get into trouble for not going to as fast as they want me to go. I guess. I mean, everyone I have worked for has actually credited me for being quite speedy and you know, good with my work. But I'm always afraid that I'm going to be told off for not going as fast, as quick as they want me to. You know. I don't care when I'm working in retail if they moan about how quick I am because it's retail work. I don't work slow in retail either, you know, stacking shelves, dealing with customers. It's all... Hold on a minute, what did I do there? That don't look right. Let me unwrap it, see what happens. No, unwrap it, unfold it. Oh no, it's fine. Okay, that's done, I think. What's left in a UV square? I can see something. But it's running so slowly. What's this? Oh! I haven't done this. So what brings you here today, Arthur? Just having a bit of a chill on Bank Holiday Monday. We want to do this, we want to do this, we want to get a cut that you can't see, like here. We would probably cut, oops, no, here, Maya, there's a line here, Maya. Honestly, it's the biggest thing I hate about Maya is it doesn't understand what you want to select so often. I don't really get it. Blender, I definitely don't seem to have the issue as much with, but I don't UV map in Blender. So I'm not a lot of time selecting individual shapes. So maybe it's just something I don't recognize because I don't do it very often, or don't do it at all. I don't UV map at all in Blender. Well, I am working at the same time on some textures for environment. Ooh, personal work or work? I like working streams. No. What do you mean? This isn't a working stream. This is a fun stream. We have fun here. I'm not even going to test this today. I don't know why I even did the UV mapping. We will put it in the scene though, even if it's not going to be textured. Maya... globe. Oh, ugh. You ever just like burp a little bit of like little bit something comes up with it. I know that's disgusting, but... Alright, we exported that. We can close that now. It's fine. Get into Unreal Engine. We'll get our thing in environment. Is this... Dude, it really wants to play. I swapped to Animal Crossing because it wasn't playing any. Then it was like, we're only going to play Animal Crossing now. How much of my playlist does it take up? Not a lot. If you guys ever have any recommendations for songs that are from games... because they don't usually copyright strike, yeah. Give me a shout. Wow, it was still far too big. Even though I scaled it down a lot. That's because I made it huge outside the boating area, didn't I? That's probably about right. Actually, no, that's still too big, isn't it? If she's standing up straight... Where is she? I've got the character in here. Not for actually using, but just to scale her up here, I think. Yeah, that's obviously way too big. I'm going to do 3/3 of that size. We won't half it quite yet. Yeah, that's probably about right. Yeah, that's good. So we could have that and the bookshelf we were talking about. We could have both. I do want the rooms to feel like they're, you know, packed with stuff. So it's not a bad thing. Debuzzy? Debuzzy? Man, debuzzy. Best for staying calm and work gently. Debuzzy. Debuzzy. Oh! Wait. Who? Was a composer? Alright, I shouldn't listen. Actually, how old is his music? Because if it's old enough, I won't get copyright striked. Oh. 1918. Wait. When is music copyright free? 100 years after the person's death. Yeah, that's fine to play, right? When I get instantly copyright striked. Okay. Bookshelf. Can we quickly model a bookshelf? I think we might be able to. Ah, lies, the bookshelf. As someone like said recently that was watching, it's like never feel shameful. I'm not trying to fully copy some of these concepts, some of these bookshelves, but it's like never feel shameful that you're trying to get the closest to what you want. Jesus Christ. Alright, dude. You know what? We'll leave him for another stream. We'll have a whole stream with just his music. But wow, it's very different themed music that just came on. Yeah, like if you're looking for... Obviously, you don't want to, like I said, fully copy anything, but there's no shame in trying to get the closest to what you want, because there's so many variations of everything you'll probably ever look for that you're probably going to find something that you'll sort of accidentally copy the design of, you know what I mean? Like a bookshelf, there's probably been hundreds to thousands of people 3D modeling bookshelves that you're going to have no choice but to probably have your bookshelf looking somewhat similar, whether you like it or not. Look, there's even one of someone actually having it in UE4. See, I don't want something like that. I just want like a makeshift one. They're the shelves I want upstairs, really. I've got like crappy ones there at the moment. Just because I wanted something there. Well, that's the bookshelf without the actual shelf. Hello, Blue Biscuit Studios. What a great name. Blue Biscuit. We're looking at some bookshelves, and I want to see if I want to make any of them. I don't know what kind we'd want. Do we want like an antique one, or do we want like a... I don't think we want one with a drawer in it. Like one like that. I'm surprised I'm not getting as much as... Hey. Why, thank you. You're very welcome. I like random names for companies. Like... Oh, wow. I can't think of any at the moment. Gaming companies. Activision. Big Fish Games. Yeah, that's a good one. What do they make? I don't even know. Bonfire Studios. Epic Games is such a... I feel like Epic Games is quite random. I feel like when you would have first heard about Epic Games, but that's a really odd name. But now because it's such a big company, you don't see it that way. Stylized bookshelf. Is that a video of how to do it? Yeah, learn. Hey, it's even got scrolls. I got scrolls. I got like huge map ones, and then I got like small diddy ones up here. Scrolls. Haha. See, I don't want something like that. Maybe just that. Honestly. Like, that won't take long to model, right? That would be like... Oh, that's his actual rendered one. His rendered one didn't turn out very good, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, I did make this globe huge compared to the boat. Look at that. Jesus. I like working off in just the plane because I tend to work so much better when I'm just out in the middle of nowhere in like the space of Blender. Because I just have no limitations on scale. I'm not measuring anything. I'm just going. You know what I'm saying? I'm just do. You know what? I don't mind them having slightly different scale as they keep along. So what brings you here today, Blue Biscuit Studios? Presumably you're a subscriber and you saw the video, or you just actually here from nowhere? So I actually don't want... I give the illusion it's floating a little bit, but I want... Because I want to bevel all the edges, right? Nope. I want to bevel all the edges, right? Probably with a modifier. But obviously having them completely inside the wall... I forgot how long it takes to undo now in Blender, because I've got so much stuff here. If I were to bevel it in the wall, you obviously won't get that. Yeah... I have a important call at 7 o'clock tonight. Wow, why is that moving so fast? Deja vu. I've just been in this place before. Well, yeah, let's do that. Do that. So those two, scale them, bring them in a tad. Cool. One, probably another one up here, which means I need to make these a little bit to make these a little bit longer. Boop boop. Like that. We don't need... Well, we need a top, but we don't need a shelf. So we need a top like this. That. this. It's fine. Set the whole thing. No, not including the plane behind it. Set the whole thing. Oh wait, I ain't done yet. Like I always say, if you can reuse an asset, always reuse it. It just feels like the workflow goes way faster when you do that, in my opinion. I actually need a floor one as well. It makes me realise that these do need to come, like, pretty much exactly to Velocity's company go. That, like that, like that, like that. Cool. I can have a duplicate. Make that tighter. Obviously tweaked. Time is it? Cool. Yeah, it doesn't need to be any thicker than that. Cool. We'll probably do a high poly for it in ZBrush at some point. Set it, all transformations, reset the transformations, or reset the origin point, quickie bevel. Cool. Change the bevel to angle so we don't bevel everything. Angle. Probably have this have a bit of a smoother curve to it over here. That maybe same here, 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 and here. There you go. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I could. Do something like this. Do some things are falling off the back as well. Do I want that? Maybe a bit like this. Maybe like that, but we make some shape to it. Like this. I'm not against that. You need some stuff down here, I personally think. So let's just do something like this. So now I'm obviously going against what the original concept is because I want to add stuff. Or just change stuff. You should always be trying to do that, you know, when I'm texturing at the moment, but I am awful at it. Do you have any tips for painting textures? I clone paint a lot and it tends to look blurry. Do you paint textures in Photoshop or are you using something like Substance Painter or Mixer? Because that will be honestly the first step from me to you is to use a software that's designed for texturing 3D assets. Yeah, that's good. Looks good, but I think smaller. Yeah, that's good. So obviously we've got bevel on everything, so I use Blender. Maybe that's my problem. I've never tested a Blender before. I know some people are very good at it, but I think it's one of those things that, like, if you master it, you can be really good. But if you don't, it's a struggle. I think is how people usually tend to have it sort of go for them. It'd be nice if I had the lighting the correct way. Yeah, I use Substance. Substance is obviously very designed around making the workflow way easier. Like, for example, what's something that I've got? Let's go to Tankard. Right. So I click Tankard and unload it. Wow, Substance taking its time. Come on. Oh my god, it opened it like 3 times. Why opening it like 3 times? Oh, it did load up the Tankard. It was just going really slow. Alright, so, for example, let's get rid of all of this. Right, so I obviously have a high poly that I baked down, so that's obviously a big part of my texturing workflow. But if we look at this, so obviously Substance gives you a lot of options to painting anyway. I actually do have a, if you actually look at some old videos on my channel, when I was doing this scene, this was all hand painted. I literally stood there sort of like on stream and just painted everything for every asset. There was no high to low poly baking, it was all painted. So that's one variation. This variation, you make a high poly like I have here, and then I go stuff like this. Let's make a folder, make this folder, only select this. I'm gonna base color, so you'll see, you'll be like, whoa, that's like magic. Oh, it's like magic. There you go. Get a brown you're looking for like the base. I am terrible at finding a brown though. That's why I have like a saved smart material. Well, partly why I have a saved smart material. That's a decent brown. Get the right roughness on it. I don't want to select the foam at top. Okay. And then put another layer in, or duplicate that layer. Make a lighter version because we want this to be the highlights. Turn off everything so we don't want to, well, we only want the color. And then go black mask. And then you can do this 2 ways. I could go to smart mask here, go edge strong, and it will start picking up those, that edge on everything. Blur it a little bit, bring this out, and look, we start getting a sort of stylized look already. Do another duplicate this, remove this. Obviously this is a very sped up version of my workflow, but you'll get the gist. Then we want a cavity. We want a cavity rust, which works fine. You turn this up. Wait, what? Oh, multiply. Either multiply or just change, make the color darker. There you go. And then I can go this. That back into here, make this actually select a decent area. See, like that. And then you can do like small things as you go along this, and go like, oops, come into here, go black mask, add, I am hitting all the wrong keys, add a generator, set position, top position, give it an overlay, slightly tinted yellow, like this, set that down, turn off everything but color, so we get a slight highlight as it gets to the top, see that? And then we can do a duplicate of this. As you can see, I have a very set workflow. This is just straight up how I do it when I'm doing my stylized stuff anyway. Invert that so we get a red bottom, make it darker because it's supposed to be sort of like, it gets like darker at the bottom. Turn up the multiply, maybe there, cool. I'm gonna turn that position down a little bit, there you go. And then I basically repeat that process, but for every piece. And I've already got smart materials set up to make my workflow a bit faster. Basically you can save like these materials I just did. And then you can start applying it to random parts. Well, not random parts, parts you want to be certain materials. And you keep going. But you need a high poly to bake down for a lot of this information. Honestly, I could have just made it a white mask and put it underneath, and it was like everything that I haven't already selected. There you go, it's a bit faster.
Thank you for buying our
And then
sound
obviously
set.
you'd want like
If you own
a
Had in
white
Time, check out the Had in Time
for
game folder. It has neat stuff
you.
that might fill a hole
And
in your
boom,
heart. Thanks.
we have a texture tank. See what I mean? Like when you get used to its substance, you can get really speedy with it. Again, I made a ZBrush, so I have a high poly and baked alpha. But you see the process? Like how long that take? That was like 10 minutes maybe. And that's good enough for an engine. I could add more detail into certain areas. Like I could come into here. I sometimes like doing manual occlusion instead of using smart brushes, just because I have a lot more control, especially with stylized. Because stylized, you'll have shade and everything in places that you just want stronger in some places and not strong in other places, and you can have complete control over that if you do it manually. Blur that, do that, set it to multiply, turn this off, set the base color down, and boom, we have now this like dark area for where it connects. I hope that helped, Blue Biscuit. I know, like I said, I know it was very quick and I didn't explain too much, but it was more just to quickly show you a sped up version of my workflow. I'm actually quite happy with how that turned out. I don't hate that at all. I mean, so that's what it looks like here. And it looked like... Nope. That's the wrong one. It's fine. I have a lot of layers here that I was working with. What's that one? That one? Nope. That one? That one? That one? Oh, we have a lot of layers here I'm not using. I was trying something new and it didn't look very good. There you go. Wait, no. What layer is that? Not you. Not you. Oh, that one. Aha! So that's what we had before. And then versus that. Honestly, I'm not sure if I like the new one I just made. It'd be brighter in color. I do quite like it. Anyways, I'm gonna save that. Oh, what? How did you open but you can't find the save file? Boom. Close that. Yes, save. I just saved it. Yes, save. Are you good? So is that what my take does say? I don't know if I like that new one I just made. I think the new one looks quite good. Oh yeah, I also made that obviously very reflective. I really hope that Blue Biscuit didn't leave in that whole explanation. And I didn't just waste that time explaining it to thin air. Because people like to do that when I explain something. Honestly, that's probably all we want for the base shape, and then we obviously put the extra detail in later. I could obviously come into here and do like some cuts. You know what I mean? But with what we got going on, I think... Do I want to put cuts in it now? Because I could always do it in the ZBrush. Oh, bugger. I keep forgetting we're in the super dense scene, so it takes a long time to undo. Oh, there you go. I mean, honestly, that's pretty good. Make sure they're all facing the right way. Cool. File, export. Cool. File. No, yeah, just leave it at that. That should be fine. Export FBX. Bookshelf. Wrong one. I swear these glasses make my vision blurry, which is bad. That's not what glasses should do. Model. Actually, I'm pretty excited to get some of this stuff done. Like the globe should look really good. Let's jump into here. Let's just throw it in. Why not? Honestly, I could just start UV mapping everything and have everything UV mapped and then bake our lighting. That should probably be my next stage instead of texturing things one at a time. But hot damn, is it boring to do that? Huh? Oh, oh yeah, Blender always export. Blender doesn't export unless there's a setting for it. File, export, FBX. No, get rid of my quick. Like, it seems to always export the center of the grid is your origin point and not the origin point in here, which is you can. I wonder actually, because usually sometimes it's UE4 that has that problem. If we quickly delete that. Oh, there you go. Pop it back in, and then we turn on. Hold on a minute, it's not it. Oh. We turn on. Turn off that, turn on this. Yes! Cool. Cool. It's not Blender, it was UE4. I'm sorry, Blender, I didn't mean to drag you through the mud just then. Oh, I actually got this almost the right size. That was not expected. That was like freaking optical illusion levels. What the heck? That was so good. That's so funny. It looked perfect for that very split second. So this is much smaller. Did I actually? No, it's not. But I guess it's because I baked the transformation, whatever, applied that other setting. It comes through as being small. That was so funny. Actually, I just didn't expect it. So we want it slightly taller now. We wanted to like use a stool to reach the top shelf. That's like my thought process. So like she'll grab one of these, pop over and stand on it. So how tall is she? We pop this over here a little bit more. So she squeezes past here or steps over this. Looks over here. I still kind of want to redo the table. I think I need the grain. The grain? I feel like that's still the wrong word. The veins? To be sort of smaller, scaled down. I did make it quite thick, considering like you've got like very small ones here, and then you got these chunky boys. It's like you got it from two different trees, right? Again, that might just be something that no one really cares about, but I'd like to have it working properly. I lost train of thought. What was I doing? Oh yeah, dragging her in, see if she scales up correctly. Yeah, stop. Why do you do that? Is that like a floating mesh here? You see that? Like it places it here instead of on the ground. There's not a floating mesh there, is there? No, I don't see one. Is she there? No, she is actually quite tall compared to this still. Like she could reach that shelf easy. So we're gonna make it even bigger. Maybe, what is it on at the moment? 6, maybe 7.5, 7.5, 7.5. why. Ah, I knew it should have stuck with 7. Now that's too big now, right? How about just 6.5? Yeah. Kind of think it's too thin, right? Oh, I can't really just stretch it. Well, can I? Do that, do that, do that. And do that, do that, do that. And then again, make sure it's in the center. DK. Oh, I never thought that. Yeah, Animal Crossing, sorry, it's gonna have like Nintendo remixes and stuff because it's just Nintendo, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's a bit better. And then we can throw a bunch of books and scrolls and stuff on it at some point. We have books, but they're not imported as a separate mesh yet. I could throw scrolls in there at the moment though. This person loves reading. Like, wow, I think I've made that very deep. Like, I have so many books and stuff. And I don't know if that's a good thing or it's just too repetitive. You know what? Something I should have done. Because it's stylized. Well, partly because it's stylized. Select all these. And then down a tad. You know, have like these very small... What if it be right here? I want to pull that in and then do that. Which kind of means I gotta pull these in. Honestly, I think that's one of the biggest issues with like stylized stuff, is that you're constantly trying to get these like this extra geometry in here to increase that stylized look. You know what I'm saying? And it ends up just adding loads of extra polys, and it's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily feel like the right thing to do, but it gives it such a nice look. Then the top, nice. And I could do something like this. Well, I should have done that as well. I should have slightly squeezed it this way too. Oh, come on. There you go. This one needs to be squeezed in. It's had at the top anyway. Cool. Okay, that one's flying off the wall. Now that's not attached to the wall. This is now floating, so we can do that. There you go. Cool, and that's just adding some more flair to it, you know. Giving it some of that uniqueness. Too much. Did Blue Biscuit actually leave after I explained all that to him? I'm upset. through all that time explaining it. And he left. What's that about? Shelf. It's going to change drastically now. Oh, wow. Actually, no. That didn't change much at all, which is, I guess, kind of what we were looking for. Cool. And then we'll just want like books piled up in here, but we don't really have books accessible right now. I want to grab the ones that we do have textures for, like the map. We'll throw the textures on them in here. We're gonna have a lot of unique props for this scene. Like I said, I probably will do a sell for this scene. Less for actually using it. So I mean, maybe you could use a bunch of the assets, more just for like you guys who watch me. You might just want it because you watch me spend. You watch like thousands of hours of me making it. You might want it. But everyone's like, "No, Steve, we don't want your crap." I'm like, oh, I guess that's fine. That's cool. I'm doing that so I can delete this random thong in here. Yeah, I know it's got it in the history. Cool. Sweet. Nice. Alright, that is everything we're going to be doing today. Hope those of you who are still there enjoyed the stream, and I will catch you guys when I make a new schedule. So hopefully, I want to say next Monday, we'll at least do it, but I still probably will have time off then. It could be up to a 2-week break. So if it's not next Monday, we'll be doing it the Monday after, so 2 weeks. And we'll be back doing some stuff. I don't know how burnt out I'm going to be, because I'm going to be starting this job I'm doing, and it's going to be like 40 hours a week. Who knows? So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for sticking around as long as you guys have. And I'm not going to ban you guys. I'm still going to try to stream. At the end of the day, it's what I like doing. It keeps me motivated, keeps me doing what I want to do, and it's just fun. So yeah, I will catch you guys either next Monday or the Monday after. Bye.